do you sense that there's a bit of a sense of relief with your group? The trade deadline's over, and now you guys can just, you don't have to worry about any more outside noise with your players. You can just focus on getting her going and going and play.
Yeah, and it's always like that. The day after the deadline, it's guys know firmly where they stand. They see who's new in the dressing room and who's gone, and it's over. There's no, running to check your phone and seeing if your buddy's been traded or who's coming in. So, yeah, I did feel like it was a little bit of a starting anew this morning.
Coach, is it tough to keep your team focused now with the last 20 games or so, knowing you're not going to make the playoffs? Does that become a tough job?
Well, I hope it doesn't. It hasn't been so far. And it's not like this has snuck up on us either. So we've been in it for a while now, and that's the one thing I think our guys have been trying to do the things that we've been preaching, trying to do the things that we're implementing. We've changed some system stuff here over the break, so they've been diligently working on that. But so far, so good, and I hope it doesn't get to that because that can lead to some real confrontations and some heated ones. But I think we've got some real good pros in our room, and I'm not worried about that.
So yeah, goalie situation's been obviously a revolving door, but with Victor and now Ben signing his new deal, it seems like stability for the first time in a long time.
Well, yeah, that's those are our goalies that we're moving forward with. So but it never ends. It's interesting. Even though we've got now it's Ben and Victor. It's the battle rages on, and so we'll see what both men can bring down the stretch. And Ben's obviously played very, very well as of late. And when we traded for Victor, I've been everywhere in this league. I played for a lot of teams and a lot of people, and it seems like there's not a team out there that I don't know 5 or 6 people in it. And my phone lit up immediately about Victor and his character and his work ethic, and so we're excited by that. And yeah, things can always change, but it looks like we do have our 2 goalies now that will be here for quite a while.
Coach, could you assess the way you played the last 10 games? You happy with what you're seeing?
Yeah, it's been good and questionable at times. I think are we 6-2-2 in our last 10? I had a buddy of mine text me that yesterday, and it didn't feel like it. So I immediately texted JJ and asked him, are we really 6-2-2 in our last 10? Because I'm more of a game-to-game guy. So that says that, yes, we have been playing better. But as always, you've got things, it's never going to be enough. It just never is. And you're always looking for corrections. I think our goaltending has allowed us to win some games as of late. We're still not getting enough pucks to the net for me, which is affecting our offense. I thought last game, after switching up some lines, we started to feel better and we gained some confidence offensively. But yeah, it's certainly not as bad as it's been. But we're still not to where I want to be, and we're not to where we want to be as a group, the players included. And because over your last 10, you want to be 10-0, not 6-2-2.
And is that the defensive side of the puck that you want to see more improvement?
No, I'm kind of. We can be better defensively. I'm kind of okay there. It's suddenly it switched the other way, where it's okay. We've got to get it going offensively again, and but that's coaching. There's always some kind of fire to put out, and I don't care if you're our team or the St. Louis Blues or the top teams in the league. There's always something you can do better. But as of late for our group, we're looking for more offense and to the basics of it.
Will it be easier to create some offensive continuity now that you've really got 6 offensive forwards instead of 7? It constantly seemed like somebody was sort of playing with Gordon and Henriksen. what we would consider more of a, you know, a defensive or shutdown line. Now you've got an opportunity to put a couple lines together and potentially roll it.
Yeah, it was kind of like and God forbid somebody has to play with Gordo and Hendricks. No, I know. I'm just joking. Everybody tweet that. Take it out of context. That was a joke. I love those two guys. But yeah, it was kind of like there was a surgeon in with a couple of plumbers, and sometimes that doesn't work. But yeah, we've got kind of 6 guys now that are of a certain skill set, and then we've got 6 guys that can certainly check and be hard on the body. So it does make it easier. I am going to fool around with those top 6 lines a little bit. You know, tonight we're going to go back to a line that had some success late last year with Hall and Gagne and Yakupov, and see how that goes. But yeah, so I want to try and find a good mix that we're really comfortable with. I know that Nuge and Hall and Eberle can do damage, so we've always got that in our back pocket. But I think right now is a time to look at some other looks, and the one look that we'll at least start with tonight is something that had a little bit of success last year.
Victor Frost, was there thought about throwing him in the fire earlier, or do you want to kind of let him settle in before it?
Yeah, you know what, he hasn't skated that much, so he said he did 4 laps around the ice before practice the other day, and he got told he was being traded. He's been traveling. Tomorrow we've got one of those dreaded mandatory NHLPA days off, so he got the morning skate in. He'll you know, get warm up in, and then I just asked him to prepare to play the next game. It's not guaranteed he'll play, but that's what I'd like to do. Thank you. Good. Thanks, guys.